Kansas State, Colorado. Speaking of the Big 12, Kansas State. Um, I thought this was a really good effort from Colorado. By the way, without Travis Hunter, they came back in that football game and almost won it.
Took the lead.
Took the lead. I credit Avery Johnson orchestrating that last drive. Jace Brown continues to be a really nice receiver, really nice option for them. I thought it was going to be, Keegan Johnson over there, the transfer from Iowa. That was going to be really good, but it turns out Jace Brown was another option. It was really nice. DJ Giddens was a monster once again. Yeah, moving forward, it's tough for Colorado. I think Shedeur Sanders was awesome. I think they can still accomplish a lot of stuff this season, go to a bowl game, whatnot. Kansas State, their eyes for sure on the schedule ahead of them. But yeah, I mean, I was impressed with Avery Johnson's ability to one. He got hurt in that game, by the way, came back, and orchestrated that drive to win a football game with his arm.
Yep,
I was very impressed.
Most of his work was on with his arm. DJ Giddens looked fantastic. Like you said, Jace Brown has really come in and knew his own, which is big time for them. Yeah, I was impressed with the resilience of both teams. Right, Kansas State obviously after blowing that lead, having the interception, going down a score, and then boom, 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 51 seconds later, you are in the end zone and having to go out there and stop Shedeur Sanders, who was humming. Right, had the ball 2:15. He was playing great football in that second half. That interception was tough. Right. That was a time he was really inaccurate on that ball as you were driving after a big, big play to Elmarion Miller, who, by the way, I hope he's healthy because he's really coming in his own. And they need him if they are going to have these injuries at the wide receiver position. We talked about them being super deep at that position. Yes. And that was part of the reason why we loved that wide receiver room. Miller was part of that depth, by the way. But it's also nice to have your top end guys like Hunter and Horn for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping this game would be a blowout so I could go to bed. Once Shedeur threw that pick, I was like, okay, maybe I can go to bed here. I'll watch one more Kansas State drive, and then they went 3-and-out. And then Colorado went down and scored, and then they topped the ball on fourth down, and then they went down and scored, and then boom, it was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. I gotta love that. Colorado's going to give teams a lot of fits. Kansas State is not perfect. They're not flawless at all, but they are getting better and better. And I think with Avery Johnson, by the way, a young quarterback, it's going to find himself. They're going to get used to him. New offense coordinator coming in, or same staff, but new offense coordinator. Like they're just getting better, and that's what good coaching teams do. Right after, and by the way, that BYU loss, while it was ugly and it did get bad in that second half, it's a pretty good football team you probably lost to there. So it's not only doom and gloom for Kansas State.
Seriously, I mean, there was a time when I was taking BYU in our dirty dogs against SMU. They were 13, 12-point underdogs to SMU.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about BYU as a contender for the Big 12 championship. How time flies. So, yeah, I feel better about both these teams moving forward. This is one of those games where, Colorado's facing adversity. Kansas State faced adversity. I think they both answered the call, but someone had to win, and that someone was Kansas State.
Yes, sometimes it's not a zero-sum game. Sometimes you can learn a lot from both teams.